So I am here with Fury Young, the editor of the V video. V is Michael Tennyson's song off the Territorial album Slashy Wiki. Hello, Michael Tenneson. Hello, Fury. So Michael has never seen this video yet. So this is like his first look. Okay, guys. So this is a genuine reaction. All right, now I'm ready. Go ahead, play the video.
And I might need some toilet paper for this one.
Okay, I'm going for it.
You see me all right?
Yeah, I see you good. Yeah.
Good.
Ready, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
Let's do it.
Think you know my burden, the thoughts inside my head, the guilt and shame within my soul, the senseless blood I've shed. This road I've walked in darkness, an ugly twisted path. As death has stalked my every step to claim my soul at last. So you think you can imagine the hell inside my heart? Oh, the pain and loss of caused so many, but it's tearing me apart. If you think you got me figured out, just look deep in my eyes. The tears keep pouring down my face from somewhere deep inside. Remorse began to haunt me when my first victim died. It's pounded in my heart and soul for 30 years I cried. So you think you can imagine the hell inside my heart? Oh, the pain and loss of caused so many, but it's tearing me apart.
Just wish there was something I could do, but there isn't. There's nothing. What can you tell somebody? If somebody would have went out, I can look back in retrospect now and see it all so clear. 2 years ago, I couldn't see it at all. I was right in the middle of it. I don't know if people are going to watch this interview or not, but I mean, the people that are out there, they can't understand what it's like. It's like having something like being a marionette with somebody up here jerking strings. It's that crazy. It's just, you don't have any control. You don't have any control.
Heard their loved ones' cries, and all these years I've known deep down it's I who should have died. If I could die a million deaths to make one victim whole, I'd die 1 million times more each and give God back my soul. So you think you can imagine the hell inside my heart? The pain and loss of Christ so many, Lord is tearing me apart. The pain and loss of Christ so many, Lord is tearing me apart. Oh my God. You got me.
See some of them pictures when I was young, man. I didn't even know I didn't even know them pictures existed.
Mm.
I was sitting here watching some of the stuff when I was young. It's like, whatever happened to that kid? I wasn't supposed. I wasn't supposed to turn out like this. You know, my mom did the best she could to raise a really good kid, and I just turned out to be just a major fuck up. I don't understand it even today. Yeah.
I think the video is amazing. Very, very powerful. Great job, Fury.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Tenneson,
It's hard to do.
yeah.
We'll get into it, but it was hard to edit that one.
I know.
Do you feel like your vision was represented in the video? Do you feel like Fury hit the mark, missed the mark, as far as the vision of the song?
My initial reaction was spot on. I was really holding back, just trying to keep from going into a complete emotional meltdown. I'm still holding back right now. I think it's because I've spent the last 35 years crying every day, you know, for the people that I've hurt. People say you got to forgive yourself. You got to move on. You know, I have, but I still can't forget. And every time I remember, every day I look in the mirror, I see the eyes of a person who stole the hopes and dreams of their 5 family members. I destroyed 5 families, 6 counting my own.
Yeah.
They talk about death penalty. They talk about different punishment. They talk about more time in prison. You know, there's no punishment that can compare to the guilt of my own conscience every day. You know, I know you understand that too. You know, it's, yeah.
I do understand. I also understand that, yes, it's not going to add to the sense of responsibility or guilt that you have. But the thing is, it may ease the victims, the survivors. It may ease them a little bit.
Yeah.
And that's, at this point, you know, prison is not about rehabilitation per se. You know, it's about revenge. So anything that you can do to console the victims, they're willing to do, depending on how heinous the situation is, which actually brings me to my first question, which is, if you had the opportunity to be granted freedom, would you take it?
I just had a conversation with a group of friends this weekend about that very subject. Absolutely, I would. You know, and I would use it to go out there and pay back as much as I can to society for the amount that I've taken. I've taken so much, and I could never repay what I've taken, but I could do a lot more good out there than I can do sitting inside of here rotting away and watching paint peeling off the walls and dealing with these petty bureaucracies over issues that shouldn't even be issues. You know, there's so much in that world that needs to be done. I feel helpless in here. Every time I turn the news on, I cry. I see the stuff going on around the world. There's not a damn thing I can do about it but sit here and write about it and sing about it and talk about it. And
so even if your victims, I mean, I'm sure your victims' families don't feel that way.
no,
So obviously they don't want you free.
Yeah.
So is it safe to say that your remorse does not outweigh your desire for freedom?
that's a kind of a hard question.
Yeah, a little bit.
Trying to weigh freedom. You you know, I'm a big social justice advocate and restorative justice. You know, I've become that. I've evolved into that over the years after I've seen the effects of prison incarceration and being snatched out of my home when I was a 4-year-old kid for a wrongful charge against my mother. I don't know if you know that story, but that really gave me a taste of this environment from a 4-year-old boy. And that tainted my perspective of the whole system, criminal justice system, you know, law enforcement officers, social workers, all of that. I've seen them all as enemies. I've seen them all as people that just were going to hurt me and my mom. But to look at things today, how much is enough to pay the debt? There's nothing I can do to restore the lives that I've taken. Not absolutely nothing. I could die a million times and it would not bring them back. And so what can I do to go forward and make the best impact? What can I do to do the most amount of good with the rest of my life, with the lessons that I've learned? And that's where I have to come back. I mean, if I was granted an opportunity, yes, I would take it, but I wouldn't squander it like I've seen so many people go out and do.
Mhm.
I've learned too much to go back at this point in my life.
Mhm. I respect your answer. I will say, as a recidivist myself, one of those people who have squandered an opportunity, I think you never know if you'll squander it until you're in that situation. And it's very easy on the inside looking out to say that you wouldn't. But there's external stimuli that when we get out here, it makes us think different. It makes us act different. It does different things to our impulses than the structure of prison does. And I've encountered people who I would never have thought would have squandered their opportunity, and I have watched them squander their opportunity. So I think that it's hard to say if you know you would or wouldn't. But I do.
I was there in 1986. I don't know if you're aware of that. I did a 6-year sentence in Wisconsin before I ever went off on this rampage in 1987. I got out twice. As soon as things got difficult, I went right straight to drugs. And I was staying high while I was in the joint too. I stayed high. There wasn't a day. I was on heavy psych meds all the way through the joint back home. I was doing a bunch of tranks. I got out, man. I'd never learned to cope with my internal issues that were causing me to go there in the first place. I spent the last 35 years dealing with them issues day to day, face to face. And when they come up, I go right at them. I don't run from nothing anymore. And I don't run from the person in my mirror either. You know, that's the thing that's really changed. And I think that's the thing that really has to change before people can come in here and regardless of what programs they take, whatever religious studies or whatever they do, you gotta make the change inside. And when you say, do you think you'll come back? You'll know if you will or not, because you know if you made the change. You really know. In 86, well, I'm gonna make it. How are you gonna make it? What have you done different? I couldn't answer that. I didn't do nothing different. I sat in the joint and got high all day and played guitar all fucking day. You know, that's what I did. Got out, I was gonna be a rock star, I was gonna do this now, and I run right back to the same dope environment that I came from. A bunch of druggies, go back to the, you know, the bars and all that, and play gigs and all that. I got out 3 months later, I crashed and burned and went on the run. Same thing.
I can say, you know, there was times where I thought I did change, and I did. It's not that I didn't change, it's that I couldn't maintain the I was struggling with that, you know, my whole life. I would go to placement, graduate high school, start going to college at 17. I thought I was good, right? So some people just have struggles, and I think that that's the risk factor assessment when it comes to that. And I think you just never really know. You might feel in your heart 99% that you've changed, but there's that 1% that maybe you didn't, because you won't know until you get out here and you're among the things that make you react. in a certain way. Some people react good to structure. I know I do. Prison, I was like an angel. They like, what are you doing in here? You know, yeah, you don't know.
Look at that.
And I think that that's the thing. I have some questions for Fury, actually.